here. Glad I left Uncle now.
Let's insert our keys. Hopefully we don't have to turn them all at the same time. That. Amazing! Let's head inside. Come, friend. The treasure awaits.
Send a sleep and throw them in the cage. Remember, the boss said not to hurt them.
Wake up, my darling. And thanks for opening the vault. You always did have a way with locks and keys.
Marcel? What are you doing in that cage?
Poor Valentine. As confused as ever. You're in the cage, my dear. I'm stealing the treasure. You don't look as surprised as my darling husband. But I do want to thank you for helping him open this vault for me. Makes stealing the treasure out from under him ever so much easier. You say lie, I say slight fabrication. Let's just agree to disagree. But otherwise, yes. I always plan for the long game. Share? Real thieves don't share, my sweet. Everything we do is selfish and self-serving. Valentine knows that. It's part of the code. The treasure is mine. All of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have minions to command and a vault to rob. Ta-ta. All right, my minions, gather up the treasure and let's get out of here.
Isn't she a marvel? Well, we need our own escape route. Here, grab my hammer and chisel and find us a way out of here. Knock on the walls with the hammer and chisel and look for a weak spot. Volcanic tunnels riddle these islands. There's bound to be one nearby. Nope, too solid. Look for a large crack or something. Sounds solid. Knock in another spot. That sounds promising. That's why I carry a hammer and chisel. Now, let's get out of here. Now that we're free, we can finish what we started. You assume Marcel knows about the Daybreak Gem, but I never mentioned it when I told her the legend of the vault. I always hold back a secret or two. Marcel has no idea that the big, non-precious gem is really the key to a larger treasure. Ah, my trusty hammer and chisel. Saved my ass on more than one occasion. Now, let's go find that gem and get to the extraction point before Marcel. If we hurry, we can still turn the tide on the love of my life. There's our exit. I'll set up this ladder while you find the gem. Check the lockboxes that Marcel left behind. It has to be in one of them. That's definitely the Daybreak Gem, my friend. Look how it refuses to glisten. Now, up the ladder and let's get out of here. We're out! Now, let's get to that extraction point Marcel told you about. I'll meet you at the extraction point, my friend. Climb, my friend, climb! We did it, my friend. Look, we beat my wife to the extraction point. Smashing!
Valentine? How did you...
You constantly underestimate me, oh love of my life. Here, let me just cut these ropes for you.
Damn you, Valentine. Didn't think you had it in you. But I will see you soon, my love. Count on it.
Always, my love. Always. Marcel is angry with me, but she'll get over it. These competitions keep our blood hot, if you catch my meaning. While she finds another way out of the jungle, we slip away on the next ship departing Amino Station. Now, about my gem. Ah, and a beautiful specimen it is. Marcel never understands the importance of legends, and that's why we bested her this day. Anyway, I never would have succeeded without your assistance. Take this, with my compliments. One of these days, I'll figure out where I need to take the Daybreak Gem. Then the treasure of the Daybreak Monks will be mine. Perhaps I'll reach out to you, my friend. You're quite handy to have around when the going gets troublesome. Oh, not a clue. I'm still in the information-gathering stage of the heist. Legends require a lot of research and study to fully uncover. But one day... I will need to hide the gem, though. I don't want Marcel to get too curious when she gets back. You think so? I suppose. We do have a healthy competitive streak, but it adds spice to our marriage. We really do love each other. Well, first I need to get off this damn island, then that research I mentioned, and some relaxation. Always good to take time, especially after a successful heist. I also want to plan something nice for when Marcel gets home. Something romantic. Most certainly. I learned a long time ago that some fine wine, a box of sweets, and a little romance take the edge off. Help soothe Marcel's murderous impulses after I win one of our competitions. That's the secret to a happy marriage, my friend. Until next time, my friend.
I've no time for pleasantries. I'm up to my ears in cargo manifests. You have some business with me? Body? I'm sorry to hear that. He was never very sneaky. Always stumbling around in the dark. His night vision was horrible, unusual for a Khajiit. Expected? No. I'm just not very surprised. I warned him there was risk, but he was eager and needed the work. Looks like you'll be collecting instead. I'll gladly pay you for his piece of the map. Sure enough, this is definitely one of the map fragments I've been looking for. Balky actually managed to find it to his credit. Shame he couldn't claim the reward. Well, you finished what he couldn't, so here you go. Thanks again. Didn't expect to see you again. Don't tell me you found another piece of my map. He was one of the most capable people I knew. I wouldn't have trusted just anyone, but you actually did it. I owe you for that. I'll take that map fragment off your hands. For a reward, of course. This is definitely the fragment I was looking for. At least Rod's death wasn't for nothing. I was hoping to share in the reward with him once I had them all together. Damn shame. But that's not of concern to you. Here's the gold I owed him. Unless we've got business. I've got no more time to talk. I'm not a rich man, and I got work to do. I'd tell you to mind your business, but you've done me a good turn. I wasn't always such an upstanding citizen. I got involved with some unscrupulous things around Port Hunding. It caught up with me, and I found myself on Aminos soon enough. I befriended another exile from Hammerfell, an old pirate who captained the Scourge of Sentinel. He terrorized the crown for years before disappearing. He told me he split a map of his treasure among his crew, but they never claimed it. The old pirate gave me his fragment before he passed to the far shores, and told me the rest of his crew were still in the Sisters. So I tried to track them down. None of them seemed to still be alive, but following their trails seems to have paid off. I already hired some others to track down the remaining fragments. I'm not willing to double deal behind their backs. But if you happen across any other fragments in your travels before they do, then that's just their bad luck. Fair?
Strike that cargo below. new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew that quickly.
You stopped. Thank you. Bonus Galarian himself said you could help us with this predicament. I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't flag you down. The Archmagister asked that I not say too much in earshot of my guildmates. Let's just say it's a magical anomaly. Untamed power from an unknown source. Plenty to catch a mage's interest, but that's just the trouble. It could be highly dangerous. For now, power draws mages like moths to a flame. We're a little hopeless that way. Votary Nalia, a knight from the Order of the Lamp, is on the scene. She needs someone to help her explore this anomaly and assess the danger. What do you say? Excellent! The anomaly is in an old complex called Sunamir, beneath the Sunhold Mages Guild. Good luck. Hopefully the rest of us won't be far behind you. Precious little, I'm afraid. They broke through an old wall to get at it. Votary Nalia can fill you in on the details, but I heard one of the other knights mention it's old, deep magic. Makes sense, given the age of Sunamir. No, Sunamir predates the founding of the Mages Guild by, 1,000 years or so. It's an ancient library, I think. Lots of dusty tomes and some esoteric stories from all across Tamriel. Take my word for it, she's one of our best. Professional, highly focused, a tad overworked, maybe. Some say knights in the Order of the Lamp are just failed mages. Those people haven't met Nalia. Other knights throw around honorifics like Sir and Dame. It's like that, a way for members to distinguish themselves. It speaks to their vows to the Order and to their role as a light to defend the guild. They fill many roles, often acting as bodyguards for powerful members or guardians of ancient magics. There aren't many knights in the Order, especially compared to the number of mages in the guild. Well, rumor is that Archmagister Vanus formed the Order to lend legitimacy to the Mages Guild back when it was founded. That's not really a problem anymore. The knights are brave, skilled, and true. But the Order doesn't have much clout these days. Don't let Nalia hear you say that, but yes. Votaries of the Order of the Lamp are a rare sight in Tamriel these days, and likely to get rarer as the years roll on. Take my word for it, she's one of our best. She's got an incredible aptitude for portal magic, taught me everything I know. She'd have made a fine adept if she didn't love that sword so much. At least, I think she loves it. She's hard to read these days, very focused on work, like I said. They fill many roles, often acting as bodyguards for powerful members or guardians of ancient magics. There aren't many knights in the Order, especially compared to the number of mages in the guild. The standard for knights inducted into the Order soar higher than Kapora Tower. We don't just take anyone who can swing a blade, especially these days. Nalia and the others are inside. Stay safe in there.
Ah, good. You must be our backup. A nod came through.
Magnus, watch over you, Nalia. We'll keep watch out here.
Right. Lead the way, traveler. The door just down the hall here. Mind your step. This place is a bit of a mess thanks to that portal. Now that we have a moment, allow me to introduce myself. Nalia, Votary Knight in the Order of the Lamp. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You're just as Varnus described you. Ennard briefed you on our situation? That's exactly right. I'm quite proficient with portals, you see. This was my first time patrolling here in Sunamir, filling in for a friend. I sensed a portal through the wall back there, and when we broke through... well... I mean, I tried. There used to be a lot more wall back there. The portal didn't like me trying to go through one bit. Raw magical energy came bursting out. I'm just lucky I wasn't scraped up too bad. This portal is old magic, keyed to require 2 people to enter at the same time. I think. That's where you come in. I'll see if I can stabilize it, then we go through together. Do you have any questions before we head in? Fair enough. I'll answer what I can. What would you like to know? Each knight takes a solemn vow to protect the Mages Guild, its members, and its goals. When we're available, we also go in first to deal with situations like this, trying to assess the unknown before letting the Adepts get their hands dirty. There aren't many votaries in the Order right now, part of why I joined up. I tried the Adepts life before that. Being a Lamp Knight suits me better, even if I still get called on for my portal magic just as much as before. If we were still on patrol, I'd be perfectly comfortable with Laren and Julian at my side, but we have no idea what's beyond that portal. One of the nice parts of being in a guild is you can call in backup. That's you. I'm good with portal magic. Really good. But I'm self-taught. I can't really put it into words like one of the Adepts might. I've made and examined a lot of portals. This one is odd. Unique. A door with 2 keyholes waiting since the First Era. It's the strangest thing. I'm certain it's somewhere in a Daedric realm, but it's shrouded somehow. Protected. And it wasn't always there. It's like a bubble of our world suspended by a thread in that realm. The thread being this portal. Sunamir? We're in Somerset, deep under the Mages Guild in Sunhold. There's a few ways inside, so the guild has us patrol every so often, just to make sure no cultists or tome thieves got in. It's not, really. The place was donated to the guild sometime around its founding. The oldest books found here were from the early middle of the First Era. Shame they weren't kept in better condition. A lot of these books have been lost to time. Here we go. It's happening again! Brace yourself! That blast reawakened some latent magic in here. Look around while I get this thing under control.
What's this? This book said a location to meditate on. I just need a little more time.
An illusion? It seems distorted. Watch out! Bet there's lots of old notes down here. This thing's as stable as I can make it. Let's head in before another surge of magic. About the portal. Let's figure out where we are and find the source of all this unstable magic. This architecture is elven. We must still be near Somerset. All these defenses are meant to protect what? Feel that surge of magic? We're getting close. Whatever's causing this, I think it's in the next room. Come on!